Hello, my name is Shadley. Welcome back for another episode of Colombian Space Initiative in Supreme World Ultimate. And in previous episode, the war, or technically it started before the episode, but the war between China and Germany has started, and we decided to clear out one of the former Dutch colonies in here, and I'm about to declare war for the second one. Because, might as well. Pretty sure that we'll be able to deal with this rather quickly. In fact, so quickly that they won't even resist. So, that was quick. Now we just need to wait until the end of the day, and then technically we have won the war. There we go, and I believe that might actually have a positive effect on the approval rating. It's almost 27%. Luckily we still have about 11 months. Oh, Peru and Brazil have signed a ceasefire. Interesting. I wonder if Peru is coming after me next, or are they just trying to rescue their troops? Although I don't think they'll be able to rescue most of the troops. But yeah, I decided to, clear out a little bit. I wonder, so, provocation, Austria-Hungary, Italy, Canal Zone... Wait, is Canal Zone no longer in a colony? No, they are a democracy. Interesting. How did that happen? I suppose some of the colonies... Though a lot of the colonies don't stay as colonies forever. Although, well, Britain still certainly has a lot of colonies. Only one allied region, though. Interesting. Maybe because Great Britain has been expanding quite a bit. As well, they may have lost a fair bit of their allies. Like French, well, the Anglo-French alliance ended a long time ago, I think. At least in this timeline. It was a bit of a crazy timeline, I do admit. So who is... USA is allied to presumably only China... No, Canada. Oh, they're no longer allied to China either. Now that is curious. Now one thing that I could do is I could just go ahead and capture the Canal Zone. Although I don't think I want to. There's a lot of, well, at least there's a lot of United States ships in going through here. Although, I wonder, do I do have pretty good justification against them. It would be quick. Now, it is tempting, I do admit. It is very tempting to just go in here and capture it. You know what? It's solved fairly quickly.
We took their capital.
You know, it's just reducing the border goal. That's all. Let's actually have a look. Has that improved the... we'll annex that. 28% approval rating now. Okay, so it certainly has increased our approval. Although it's... like, it gives you like a certain amount of approval and then it starts diminishing the effect of that. We are still giving access to USA, for example, so they can still move their ships through here. It's just... well... I guess we're alright. Oh, right, yeah, we're building more of these. Are we building them non-stop, or no? Not non-stop. I'm actually not building any other ground units right now. I mean, we've got a pretty decent army. And it's already costing us a fair bit to upkeep it, so I'd rather not do too much about that anyway. Ooh, we are actually selling some military goods now. Still technically doing it at a deficit, but it's not as massive deficit as it used to be. So it is actually giving us at least some of the money back. That goes in there. So China is still... Are they allied to anyone? No, they're not allied to anyone. Now that's interesting. So who are we provoking the most? Austria, Italy, Dominican Republic, Ottoman Empire, Gibraltar, Liberia, Congo, Mozambique, New Guinea, Emirate of Shamar, Formosa, New Zealand, Ethiopia. So basically everyone. So who are we least provoking right now? That would be El Salvador, Canada, myself of course. Well, I suppose we don't really count. China, Great Britain, United States. Peru is actually relatively high there. Well, Relatively low on the total list, but yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind cleaning up Peru down here. On the other hand, we've done a lot of good trades with them, but they are kind of out of money these days. So if I was to declare war on them, I could potentially clean up quite a bit of this. Although, well, I did often say earlier in the series that I'm not going to be declaring wars. You know, these 3 wars that we did recently were just to, you know, clean up some borders. That's all. But I do wonder... So China... Okay, so this front is still basically a stalemate, but have they done anything else down here? They're not there. And this is basically a stalemate as well. Like, China sends in 1 or 2 units and then they get destroyed by the German tanks, and the German tanks are mostly out of supplies, so they can't really advance further. So this stalemate probably won't be solved until a war happens elsewhere. And this Chinese still oh, right, yeah. Chinese still have not captured Tanatuba. Okay. I was actually planning on providing some... So Siam is actually holding fairly well. I think I will give you... the technologies, and I'm also going to give you some military goods. I'll give you 10,000 tons of military goods for free. It's 1.5 billion worth of stuff. That's quite a bit. You know, I want them to be able to hold on a little bit against the Chinese. Because the Chinese have been expanding quite a lot in the past years. Not to mention they're not paying us for our goods a lot of the time. Oh, hold on a minute. Now things are happening. So France and Germany are fighting. Well, this is where the fun begins. It's going to be an interesting election year for sure. That reminds me, how much do we have for rating? Oh, it's down to 26.7. So we really need to improve that. On the other hand, we are now actually making profit out of this. So I'll just increase that, although it's not actually as big of a profit as it would be from the industrial goods that goes into these. Admittedly, so I'm not going to increase the capacity too much yet. But my goodness, that is a massive warfare. So massive that the game is actually lagging a little bit. Not too badly yet, but it is lagging a little bit. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure that the French were prepared for this level of violence. And the question is the UK going to do anything about this? Because France, you don't have any allies. Oh no. I guess Germany is going to have the continental Europe for the most part. Oh, and Italy. Right, so Germany is still allied to a lot of the nations. I mean, they haven't been declaring wars or anything like that, so... Well, other than this one. Although technically it was unprovoked attacks that led to war or something like that. So they probably won't lose their allies, but yeah, it's certainly a bit of a mess. I can't even see Paris because of all the explosions there. It's constant black aura over there, or halo. Now, there's a lot of tanks there, but they are going down rather quickly. Now, on the other hand, it does improve the market price over here quite a bit. But I suspect that this will lead to a war between UK and Germany as well. Well, at least I bloody hope so. Now the question is, who would I like to win that war? If UK was destroyed, we could... Oh, well, France has been eliminated. So I guess there are quite a few nations down here that are now independent. Martinique, Guadeloupe, and actually no, is that all of them? I guess so. Although there's also Guyana. Oh right, it's the French Guyana. But it's no longer French, technically speaking, so yeah, okay. Good to know. Peru hates me. They also have election year. Oh wow, their ruling party is very unpopular. 8% of people stand behind them. Okay, but we really need to start figuring out our own problems here. So how about, first things first, family subsidy, I'm going to increase that to 10 million. Culture, I'm going to increase that to 8 million. Healthcare, I'm going to increase that by a few million as well. And education, maybe by 1 million. There we go. Well, that's going to be quite a bit of expenditure, so we will be losing some money here. Let's just wait until the military goods production... or military goods... Oh, right, because Germany is no longer fighting a war in the West front here. Now, to be fair, Germany fighting against Great Britain would be interesting, but they have 3 fronts that they'd be fighting. One on the English Channel here, then in the Pyrenees, and one in Moldova. So that'd be rather interesting to see if it happens. Oh, and China missed a payment of 800 to us. Wow, but is there... Oh right, yeah, all the French African colonies are free now as well. Okay. Now I wonder if Peru is going to be declaring war, or did they get truce or ceasefire just so that they could try to win in the election? I don't think they will win, but they might try. Okay, I think I can... We're putting the funding over there a little bit lower. We're not currently fighting any difficult wars, so we don't need to have the extra efficiency from that. So we're losing a tiny bit of money. I'm actually surprised that it's not that massive. Although we do get an increasing amount of money from the sales in military goods. Now we do still have... how many do... We got 11 more factories that we could put online, if need be. Right now I don't really see the need though. So the war down here is still same as ever. Oh, there's a... Okay, American troop down there, but that's currently out of supplies, and... Oh, right, yeah, they've never managed to take over Russia either. But yeah, China is massive, and they're doing a lot of things. They also have a fair bit of guerrillas rising up in all of the lands that they conquered, especially in Japan. But I'll say this, if we don't... Well, first of all, the goal of the series is still going to be the Man on Mars. Once we do that, then it's going to be ended. But if things go very badly, or if we lose an election and become a dictatorship, then I'll probably set up a secondary goal to unite the South America. Or at least South America. I might even take on some of the Central American nations here. Now hopefully that doesn't pull in some other bigger nations into a war against me. But yeah, 2 of these 3 are already independent, and then there's these 2... I don't think there's any other French colonies in here. I don't remember everything, but yeah, no, I think most of the French colonies were in Africa, which of course are now independent. Although that means that there might be some nice trade deals to be had in there eventually. It will take some time. Oh, that sounds like the British are quelling a rebellion again. Not entirely sure where that was. Not that it's all that important, so Tibet is probably going to fall soon. Although their military approval rating is still high. It's just, well, on the other hand, the Chinese don't really have the supplies, do they? They have the anti-aircraft rockets here. Or rocket launchers, but it's not helping them too much. Now, we do have a bit of a problem in the fact that we are losing so much money. It's still going to take 100 days. I don't think we can afford waiting for 100 days. Lower the research efficiency, it's currently at 100%. Let's go for 90%. It's saving us a few million at least. Although it will, of course, affect the research speed here a tiny bit. Let's actually have a look. How, well, not necessarily as much as I thought it would be. Oh, and that's another war. Germany against Russia, again. Let's actually have a look. So, our expenditures. So treasury and production are pretty massive. Research is also quite sizable, and state is probably mostly the UN membership here, and intelligence is a little bit, but not all that much. Defense is 20 million. I wonder if there's anything in production that I could maybe lower. Something that doesn't Oh, hello. Go for full capacity here, because we're not doing that much of a deficit anymore. Although, here's the thing. If we do increase the military goods production, then we won't be able to feed all our electricity locally. Which is going to be a problem in the long run, but right now I think we can manage. Ooh, the price has increased. Once again, good. Are we selling? We're selling most of that. We're probably selling most of this as well, yeah. We've still got 160,000 tons of industrial goods though. They're not really running out of them. Just don't really have the money to build anything anymore due to all the inflation and all that. Things are rather expensive compared to what they were at the start of the game. Because the Chinese pocket down here was cleaned up, I think. They still got a little bit of land over there and then this area. Looks like they don't have any troops there. So it should be relatively easy to clean up. Oh, looks like one of the American units down here is trying to make their way through the German lands to get somewhere safety. China is still unable to pay us what we are owed. Okay, well, I mean, this war is kind of a stalemate here, although I'm not entirely sure if the Germans will now clean up Russia. Although I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect on the total things. Also, what are we highlighting here? Oh, industrial. No? Okay, there we go. I cleaned it up. It was highlighting a certain type of building, but I'm not entirely sure which one. Oh, it may have been power, actually. Like coal power plants. Could be it. Right, I should probably increase the price over here a little bit. I'm going to increase the price to 40%. How much are we taking extra over here? We'll increase that to 50%. Coal, I'll increase to probably 40% as well. Petroleum is still at 60. Timber is probably at, okay, 56. And I'll increase that to 60. Food is 35. I'll increase that a little bit. Now, this is not going to improve the approval rating for sure. But it might improve our income a little bit. I mean, if we have a look at our approval rating right now, it's actually rather low. But the economical situation of our country is a bit poor, in all fairness. Okay, so the food situation could be better. Actually wonder, is there anything over here that we could sell UK to? In terms of research, not really. Who actually owns the most money right now, I wonder? Because I feel like a lot of countries are very... Oh, Canada is the richest. And then Germany. Oh. How has Germany got on so much money? Maybe they've been selling things. Oh, they probably got a fair bit from France, didn't they? Then be selling a lot of things on the side as well. Okay, so Canada. Is there anything that I could sell you? Who are you allied to, by the way? Gibraltar and USA. No, I can't sell you any research, unfortunately. I could buy some from you, but I don't really have the cash. Okay, so that is going down. This American unit is just around it there, casually. No, they still haven't taken either one of the towns that Tanotuba has. Oh, that's another war. Equatorial Africa. Oh, right, yeah. Germany did have some colonies down here. Well, I guess they'll have their fun in Africa now. So as I say, I don't really want to support either side of the conflict, of the major conflict that is. But I may need to choose a side at some point. Right, so we're at least selling a little bit of electricity down there, not for massive profit, mind you. But we are selling it. Now, is there... So social cost, I suppose... There's not really much, like infrastructure, I could perhaps lower it down to 30 million. Gonna lower the productions a little bit and the supply levels. But at the same time, I think we can afford lowering that a little bit. It might help keeping the expenses in check. Still 116 days away from the multi-stage rockets though. That is quite a long time. I can hear some fighting. Not entirely sure where. Probably there and a little bit down here and there. Oh, is that... There's a supply truck that is under fire. And now they killed the... No, the supply truck... Well, now it's dead. Okay. Survived for a little while. Oh hey, we actually gained a little bit of money there. Has the... Oh, okay, it has increased a little bit. It's about 1500 now per ton. Although we're not actually... Well, yeah, we're selling quite a bit actually. Okay, I'm gonna start selling up to 80% of the goods. I still want to, you know, get a bit of a reserve if we are ending up in a war, say, against Peru or something like that. But that should increase the trades that we are getting quite a bit. So, let's see, military goods is only 4 million of the total trades. Consumer goods and industrial goods make 90 million, 91 actually, almost. And petroleum is another 33 million. A little bit of military goods and rubber, electric power and agriculture. Coal and timber we actually buying, but not in large numbers. Wait a minute, why are we buying coal? Oh right, I'm running at capacity, not at the demand. Go for 65%. Right, so how is our approval rating? Very low, let's just put it that way. I mean, an easy way to win the election is just lower your taxes enough so that you'll be able to make a lot of money. Let's lower the taxes to 65%. That's probably going to cost us a lot in tax income. Oh yeah, taxes are 160 million per day. So a few percent of that is going to be quite significant. But I think it will even itself out a little bit at least from the consumer goods sales and all that. Although that may take some time. We'll have a look at that in just a little bit. Oh, actually, we'll just keep that up. Okay, so we're still losing some money. About 7 million by the looks of it. Or maybe 6. But we are actually out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. Well, other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.